No. Yeah. All right. Greetings to the members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Bafana Match Day -1 press conference ahead of our match or FIFA World Cup qualifier against Nigeria at this very same venue tomorrow. My name is Minawa Ntloko, and at the head table you have the head coach of the South African senior men's national team, Coach Hugo, and next to him is our captain, Ronwen Williams. So what we'll do by way of the way we're going to run things today, the coach will give us his opening remarks, and once he is done, then you can then ask your questions to the coach and to the captain. But when you do ask your questions, please give us your name and your publication so that we know who is asking the question of the coach. Over to you, coach.
Good afternoon. Looking at the numbers of journalists who are on this press conference means that tomorrow it's an important game, and it's an important game. I think before one match was played that Nigeria and we were maybe favourite to win the group, and now we are in a situation that I didn't really expect from the beginning. 6 points ahead on Nigeria, 5 points ahead on Benin, and that with 3 games to play. So that means that we are in a good position, but it's still not finished. I think it should be a big mistake from our side to think now that nothing can happen again. It's up to us to play a very good game against a very good team, who maybe will play his last chance tomorrow. If Nigeria is not winning, then they are in very big problems, so the pressure is on them. But that doesn't mean that we know that it will be a tough game. We will try to win it, like we do always, every game. And if we can, it should be a very good result, a fantastic result. But what I said already before the game of Lesotho last week, if we have 4-6 on the 2 games, I will also be happy. But that doesn't mean that we will play tomorrow for a draw. This is too dangerous to do that. So again, we will try to win it.
Thank you, coach. Now we'll open the floor, but we'll start with the coach, and then you can also start ask Oronza after we are finished with the coach. So just let us know who's asking the questions. Any takers? Okay, yeah.
Coach Morgan and Pete from IFM. Big game for you guys, as you mentioned now, but in this, do you see this as an opportunity for the team? Just to silence the critics and just be forward and show what South Africa is?
Yeah, it's a big opportunity we have tomorrow. We all know if we win the game, we are qualified. This is not mathematically, but then it should be a miracle if we shouldn't qualify. So we all know that. And it's a big opportunity to win the game tomorrow. But again, we are playing against a very good opponent also. And it's not because they are 6 points behind us that we have to think that Nigeria is not a good team anymore. When you see the players there, they all play abroad in big teams in Europe. So that means there is quality. But we don't have fear to play that game of tomorrow. I think we make a fantastic qualifier still now. We lost in Rwanda, but that was not because of us, but because of the situation and the location. I repeat again, it was a scandal that the World Cup qualifier has to be played on such a pitch, in such a stadium. This is really a scandal. And then you see afterwards they play in a new stadium. So this is the reason why we lost that game there. But for the rest, we did what we had to do. Winning games that we had to win, and being happy with a draw if we had played a draw. So now okay, if we can do it, we will do it, and the opportunity is there. But we don't forget, and you don't have to forget either, that Nigeria still is a very good team.
Coach, the injury of Osimhen, does it make it easy for you? What do you matter for Coach?
We have also injuries, so and I think that even Osimhen is a very good striker. But I think there are lots of possibilities for the coach to replace him.
Sahil Ibrahim from Transfer Market. I just want to ask, compared to Nigeria, who played a day later than us against Rwanda, considering that we've had a temporary base in Bloom, how important has that been, considering that these small margins will matter in such a tight group?
He's saying, considering that Nigeria played a day after us, we played on Friday, is it the fact that they played a day after?
Well, when the result is good, everyone says, yeah, it was good that we played after or before an opponent. You just have to look at yourself, and I think that is something we have to do now also. We don't have to count on Rwanda or Benin or whatever. We know what we have to do, and we'll try to do that. And if we can achieve that, you are qualified. So I don't look at, this team is playing after us, or we are playing before this, that. You just have to focus on your own game, and that is what we will try to do. And what happens before or after us, that is not important if we do what we have to do.
Coach, Kalista from Nigeria. I have a question regarding the pitch. Some has complained that this stadium doesn't have the best pitch in South Africa, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that why is the Bafana making use of this pitch? About the World Cup qualifiers, and you did just complain about.
I said already before, I'm not happy with the pitch either. And there were people who blamed me that I didn't want to play here. This is stupid. But the pitch is not what we wanted to have. And it's true. All the qualifiers we played on very good pitches. Okay, this one is not so good. There is no reason why we play here against Nigeria because of the pitch is not good. This is nonsense. We'd liked also to have a very good pitch like we had before, but yeah, it's not like that, and we have to do it with the pitch of tomorrow. And we played Friday also on this pitch, and that was not our choice. That was Lesotho, who was home team. But it's not that bad. That I have to say. I saw we all saw the game, I think, on Friday. We can't really blame that this is a very, very bad pitch. It's not what it has to be, but okay, it's for both teams. It's also for us. So, yeah, we have to play the game tomorrow, and that's all.
Push, games like this require a lot of mental strength. What can you say about the mental strength of our team 4 years now that you've been in charge? Because previously it used to be an issue, but when you look at Bafana back then and you look at Bafana now, you can say things have changed. What can you say about the mental strength of this team?
You know, I said Friday after the game that we did on mental level a very good job on Friday. It was not easy to play that game with all the nonsense that has been told before. So that means that the team is also mentally strong, and we will need that tomorrow also. We believe in ourselves, we are confident. And again, we will try to beat Nigeria tomorrow. And we have a chance to do it. But and I'm long enough in football to say that this is not sure. because Nigeria is also a very good team.
Greetings, Coach. Hugo is here. Coach, you did mention on Friday that Gezana, I think you were managing a bit, from a fitness point of view. How is he looking ahead of this game? Is he in good shape?
Before the game of Friday, we had 4 players who had 1 yellow card. It was Kuliso, but Kuliso is not with us. It was Ngezana, it was Aubrey, and it was Foster. So we couldn't put them all on the bench and hope and as precaution of the game of tomorrow. We couldn't do that. So we took a little risk with Foster as a striker. Normally strikers don't get yellow cards. And with Aubrey, that was a risk. But everything went well. So, and also Ngezana had a yellow card. So this guy, I put him on the bench because I didn't want to let him play and get a stupid yellow card. So that should mean that he was not able to play tomorrow. So again, we took some precautions on Friday, and it went well.
Coach, you have an experience of playing in the World Cup 1986. Can you hear me, Coach? Okay. No, I'm saying you have an experience of playing in the World Cup. I think 1986 in Mexico, and the World Cup will be hosted in Mexico. What have you told these players about what it's like to play in the World Cup? Just to drive them, for qualification.
He says after you played in the World Cup, you told the players what it means to play in the World Cup.
I think you don't have to tell the players what it means to play a World Cup. I think they all know. They just don't have the experience. That's all. And this is something where I can help them if we qualify for a World Cup. But I think when you are a football player and you have the opportunity to qualify for a World Cup, that you do everything to achieve it. Because this is really the highest level you can achieve as a football player, also as a coach. So in '86, I was with Belgium in Mexico. So I want to be there again, maybe in Mexico, but then as a coach. Okay, the last one.
Yeah, last one.
Hi, Coach. Coach,
You're nearly out of the stadium.
Coach, you know the love-hate relationship between Nigeria and South Africa on and off the pitch. Just going into this clash, how tough do you think the battle's going to be? Most people have been saying that Nigeria isn't the force that it used to be. However, when they play against South Africa, they always up their game. So how tough do you think that battle's going to become tomorrow?
Whoever the two teams would be in such a game, it will always be a tough game. And maybe there's some more, rivalry between the two countries. But that is also part of a game. And it's just up to us to manage that and not losing the head because the rivalry is so high and we just have to play our game and not looking at, it's Nigeria, this and that. Okay, it's nice and it's good for football that there is rivalry between two countries. But this is not, for us, not the most important thing. We beat Nigeria. We are practically qualified for the World Cup. And that is important, not the fact that we should beat Nigeria.
All right, guys, that's the last question with the coach. We can then direct the next batch of questions to the captain.
Coach, how important is the
Captain.
captain now?
Okay,
Captain.
he's the captain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Change that.
No, you want him to go. Okay, okay, that's true. Yeah.
Attention, don't be injured.
Skip Skipper, we know that Bafana could qualify for the World Cup tomorrow, but we know how results should be. But how important is to get the guys focused on not just about qualification, but playing the game?
Yeah, that's important, is to focus on the game. The most important thing is to get the job done. We don't want any favors from anyone. We want to do things our way. I mean, we learned a hard lesson a few years ago where our destiny was in other teams' hands, and obviously things didn't go our way. So we learned and we grew as a team, and now we want to do it our way, get the job done. I mean, there's still 9 points to play for. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, there's still next month. So we shouldn't put too much pressure on ourselves to get it done, but it will mean so much to get it done as early as possible. But we should just treat it like another game and play like we've been playing, have the same mentality, have the same team spirit. And I mean, we've played Nigeria twice in the last 2 years, so we're familiar with them, we know them, and we've got the experience as well. And good for us that we haven't lost to them in open play. We went away to them and got a result, so there's nothing to fear. There's not so much extra motivation besides the fact that we can obviously qualify tomorrow. But we'll just go out there and do what we've been doing and obviously get the job done.
Skipper, from the CBC Sport. Coach Hugo has spoken a lot about casting an eye to the future as well. You see it with the number of young players selected, especially at the back. What are the conversations that you're having with them? You have even Damani, young guys, and there is obviously the likelihood that the centre back pairing or the rear guard situation could change. Cabo also had a head injury and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so obviously it's nice. I mean, in the last year or so, the amount of young talent that's come through the country has been amazing. We haven't had this in a very long time, and they all have done extremely well, and most of them are getting the chance now to represent the country. And like we saw in the last game, them doing extremely well. Mbokazi was solid, and Kota scoring a wonderful goal as well. It's just amazing to see the mentality that they've got at that age. How serious they are and how focused they are. It speaks volumes of what they want to achieve as individuals. But I think it also comes when they come into camp. They can see what we're about. We're very serious. We've got a very special group. Once you come into the team, you feel the love, you feel the brotherhood, and I think that's carried us through. So when players get an opportunity to play, they don't look out of place because of the brotherhood, because of the team spirit, and that's been key for us. And we just need to keep it that way because it's been working for us. We don't look at individuals. We rather, draw strength from one another and make sure that the group is strong. Because if the group is strong, it means you are coming up against 23, talented players, and we have the support of one another. It's very difficult to beat a team who's together and that's united, and that's what we've got in this team.
You mentioned those two previous meetings against Nigeria, both on foreign soil. This one's at home, good opportunity for you guys to dictate the game. And also, I'm sure, especially that last game, that bronze medal final, should stake a little bit of a fire inside you guys going into this one.
Yeah, definitely. But it's a different ball game now. There's so much at stake. Hopefully, it can play in our advantage that we're at home. Obviously, we know that they've bought so much tickets as well. So I would urge the South Africans, our fans, our supporters, to come out in numbers because they're going to obviously get behind their team as well. We saw it yesterday when they landed, and we need them to feel, that they're away, because that's how we feel when we go away, and it's difficult to play. The atmosphere, they make it difficult for you. So hopefully, our supporters can come and be that extra motivation that we need. And obviously we've got the confidence, the morale is high, the team spirit is high. We just need to bank on that and just keep going. The most important thing is just to do what we've been doing. You know, don't change anything. Stick to the values, the core values that we've had in the last few years, and that has carried us through. You know, we don't have to put any added motivation to anything. You know, just treat it like another game, get the job done, and hopefully, you know, put one, you know, foot over the line and one foot on the plane to America next year.
John, I mean, you've spoken that the team does not fear Nigeria, and having been able to get over that hurdle, what does the team need to do now to be in a position where you are able to consistently beat Nigeria? And you look at who your 2019 and even at the last AFCON, the team didn't have to win all those 3 games, but there was just one missing thing to get over the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, that's the history that they've got over us. You know, we haven't beaten them in a very long time. And yes, we've had positive results. I mean, going away to Nigeria last year, it's so difficult. And to come out there with a positive result and playing the way we played, you know, shows that we are growing as a team. And we're getting closer and closer to beating them. We saw it at AFCON. We saw it when we played them away to Nigeria. So hopefully tomorrow, you know, we can go a step further and, you know, change the narrative. Because, I mean, if you looked at to head, obviously they've got the bragging rights. But hopefully tomorrow, you know, we can show that there's a new leaf for Bafana Bafana and that our Amapiano guys can be happy.
All right. On that note, we will close this press conference. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. So